Today, we are going to instruct a practice plan aimed to progress high school basketball players to their fullest potential using practice variability and contextual interference. We will be practicing 3 motor skills: dribbling, the crossover, and layups. This instructional video includes practice drills for each motor skill so the learners will be able to successfully utilize these motor skills in a real game. We are targeting intermediate high school basketball players, meaning they have already mastered the basic skills. First, we will start with a 5-minute warm-up where the performer will do butt kickers up and down the court, monster walks, and suicides. By performing these dynamic warm-ups, the performer can engage the muscles we will be utilizing at a lower level and decrease the risk of injury. We will be implementing 3 different drills to help the performers achieve their goal. We will begin with block practice, in which we will focus on each drill separately before moving on to the next task. For the block practice, the performer will dribble the basketball up and down the court for 10 minutes. Do crossovers with the stationary defender for 10 minutes. Then, perform layups for 10 minutes. The performer will spend a total of 30 minutes in block practice. Block practice has the lowest amount of contextual interference and practice variability. However, it is beneficial for skill acquisition. In order to advance to serial practice from block practice, the performer must successfully complete 30 minutes of block practice and feel confident about each motor skill. In serial practice, the performer will practice dribbling, crossover, and layup in the same order for a total of 30 minutes. The performer must execute 5 trials of this sequence within 10 minutes. After the first sequence, a 5-minute break will be taken before executing the second and third sequence. In serial practice, there is an intermediate amount of contextual interference since we are always switching from one motor skill to the next. However, the sequence of these motor skills never changes, so there is still predictability. In order to advance from serial practice to random practice, the performer must successfully complete 5 trials within 10 minutes 3 times, with a total of 40 minutes of serial practice. In random practice, the performer will execute the 3 motor skills in a random order, alternating with dribbling, crossovers, and layups for 10 minutes. After the first sequence, a 5-minute break will be taken before executing the second and third sequence. Random practice has the highest amount of contextual interference and very little predictability. Therefore, random practice has the highest amount of error in the initial stages. However, it has been shown to be the most beneficial for learning and more applicable in a real game situation, since random practice engages the performers and requires them to use different strategies. Overall, the different drills and practice types create different demands on the performer. In the beginning of the practice plan, we are more concerned with skill acquisition of the 3 motor skills, later progressing to perform, improve, and utilize them in a real game situation.